Hey guys, I was talking to a Jehovah's Witness the other day, and we came back to this Proverbs 8:22 again. And some Trinitarian commentaries go this way. I mean, precisely the same as Jehovah's Witness would, and other commentaries don't. The passage is, "The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago, at the very beginning, when the world came to be. When there were no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water, before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. Before he made the world or any of the dust of the earth, I was there. When he set the heavens in place, when he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep, when he established the clouds above and fixed securely the foundations of the deep. When he gave the sea its boundaries, so the waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth. Then I was constantly at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in his world, and delighting in mankind." Now, obviously, if we go back and read, all of chapter 8, it becomes pretty clear that it's talking about an aspect of God. And you're going to come back to this female aspect of it. You go on to chapter 9, you're introduced to the woman of folly. And basically, I'll let you read it for yourself, but it's a play between two subjects, folly and wisdom. And they both invite you to marry them, and you're supposed to choose wisdom over all things. And when you read it, it's pretty clear that it's not a person. Now, when you read it 822 the way that they do, you basically would read it the way that I take it, which is a description of God's wisdom. And then when you get to 822, you magically just pop Jesus into your mind right there. So, that's up to you guys if you want to do something like that. I think it's a little bit silly to do a thing like that. And then you go back to reading it like normal. So, it's wisdom aspect of God. Oh, there's Jesus. Back to a wisdom aspect of God with no warning, no description. And more importantly, let's look at the Jewish people of the time, the people who would have heard this, and the people who would have been studying these things. There's no reason to believe that there's a person in view at all. These guys would have had no clue of what you're talking about. So you would make that part of Scripture completely misunderstood and worthless for a couple thousand years. So, just a quick note on that. I would just tell you guys to be honest with yourself and try to understand the Hebrew Old Testament as they did. And, it doesn't mean they got everything right. It doesn't mean that they knew all these things that we argue about today, but it does give you a bit of honesty. And if you're translating a passage that absolutely has no context to stick a person into it, and the New Testament doesn't tell you to stick a person into it right here at Proverbs 8. So you're doing that on your own. And like I said, there are many good commentaries out there that actually give you the clear and honest, concise version of what this would have meant to them. And there's no reason to change it. They were just talking about wisdom. Now I invite you to read, of course. Read it yourself. Read chapter 6, 7, 8, and 9. Get a feel for the whole thing kind of put together. But that's it on this one, guys. There's absolutely no reason to stick a person in the Proverbs 8:22. It makes absolutely no sense. All right, guys.